Hey guys, NoZoupForYou here with another episode of Help and Ensign, and today I'm going to be covering something very important. Aiming, and primarily how to aim. I'm going to provide you with some information that even if you've been playing for a long time, you might not yet know. So sit tight, relax, and watch another episode of Help and Ensign.
Aiming is probably one of the most important things you need to master in World of Warships. Proper aim allows you to inflict greater damage to ships. There are many things that factor into landing shots on target: enemy ship speed, enemy ship distance, and your own ship's shell velocity. We're going to start with the very basics: your aiming reticle and how to aim with it. First, there are a few visual reticle options you may choose from within the game settings. I like something simple, which is what I'll be using. Second, there's another important setting you must enable. That is the alternate battle interface. By enabling this, you're provided with two very important pieces of information: the distance your reticle is aiming at, and the time it takes your shell to travel that distance. Your timer is located on the left of your aiming caret or crosshair, and your ship distance is on the right. These two numbers are extremely vital. Now that you have this information, here's what you do with it. You'll notice that your aiming reticle has tick marks on it. Each one of these large tick marks represents one whole second. I bet you're starting to see where this is leading. No pun intended. To properly aim at an enemy ship, aim at the distance away from you the enemy ship is, preferably at the waterline or a little higher. Then take the corresponding amount of seconds the time indicator provides you with. In this example, the enemy ship is 13 kilometers away. My timer says it'll take my shells 8 seconds to cover the distance. And this is where the magic happens. You're going to take the seconds the timer gives you and center the corresponding tick mark where you want your shells to land by moving your aiming caret forward of the direction the ship is moving. If it takes a shell 10 seconds to travel, you will align the 10 tick mark on the enemy ship. If it's 15, you'll align the 15 on the enemy ship. Then you fire. With any luck, your rounds will land on target. Now, this is an extreme oversimplification of the process, and you can't just aim center mass. Some ships are faster than others, and some are slower. And instead of aiming for the boiler, you might want to aim at the forward guns, but this is more advanced stuff. My own general rule is for ships traveling around 25 knots or faster, I lead an extra few seconds, or tick marks, and sometimes even more. French ships, as notoriously fast as they are, might need even more lead time. So if it takes the shell 10 seconds to land on target, I really lead at 15. For ships going slower than 25 knots, I decrease my lead time by a few seconds. The best way to know if a ship is going full speed is by its smoke plume. If the plume indicates the ship is going slower, this is where experience and feel comes into play. Firing at angled ships can be tricky as well. There's some neat reticles that can aid with that, but I'm not going to go into that right now. All I will say is that for angled ships, you will need to decrease your lead time to account for the angle. In time, you'll get the hang of using time and distance to aim. You'll slowly find yourself only using it part of the time. Other times, you'll likely be aiming based on feel alone. Also remember that all shells are different. Some have higher arcs, floaters if you will, and some have relatively flat trajectories. The only true way to get a feel for how these ships aim in coordination with your reticle information is to play with them, and play with them often. Then you'll know how little or much lead time you need. I hope this helps you and your aim. Best of luck out there. Thanks for watching another episode of Help and Ensign, and I'll catch you all later. Zoup out.